important to support your community. That was one of the things we wanted to do.
We got bus timetable.
We did. There we go. Welsh rabbit made for the first time. This is turning out to be the best walk home ever. I think sometimes you have to listen to your body, don't you? If your body's telling you to have a sofa day. Shelf here, and every time I put things in, everything's falling out. I do not think I will be getting a poor Hollywood handshake for those tarts. Look at them. Good morning and welcome back to a new weekend vlog. We're about to go and have a wander. It's Saturday morning. We've had a very, very busy couple of days, which we will share with you in a bit. But it's going to be a really nice cozy one. We just want like the perfect cozy weekend. And we're starting it with a lovely walk, and I'm about to go and join the library, which I'm very excited about as well. So we have lots to share with you, and we'll be sharing that with you in a bit. Weekend got off to the perfect start. We've had a lovely walk, we've joined the library. Oh, I'll show you my library books. Why are you laughing? What's so funny?
They sound like about 70.
It's important to support your community. That was one of the things we wanted to do.
We got bus timetable.
We did. This was my choice. I've got a Lisa Faulkner cookbook. My friend Emma gave me this great tip. And she said what she does, because Emma did the same as us, similar age, her son's gone to uni, and she's moved from Edinburgh to the Highlands. Obviously we haven't done that, but I mean as in moving far away, her life has changed. She is such an inspiration. She's changed her life massively. She's joined the library, and she said to me, she borrows cookbooks to test them out to see if she'd really like to buy them. And you know, I've started reading through this one. I do read cookbooks like they're a real book, and we've already looked on Amazon to see how much it is. I really like it. I think this is a book I would use over and over again. And Aid picked up a pickling book as well. So, and you know, libraries these days, you have an app, so you can renew it on the app, providing somebody isn't waiting to reserve it. Love that idea. Anyway, yeah, supporting our local community is important. I was about to say something. I am going to make something now. We're ready for lunch. That I saw Lisa and John do in their cookery show, and that was cheese rabbit. I've never made a proper cheese rabbit, and I'm going to do their version with using beer, and it looks very nice. So I'm going to start off with making a bit of a bechamel sauce. Butter, plain flour, and a little bit of milk. Yep. We need to toast one side of the toast, please. Yes, please. You're in charge of toasting the bread. Can you open the beer for me, please? Sorry. I don't want this to go over.
Where's it go?
In there, please.
You do it?
Yeah.
So I don't know how much you need.
This is going to make it really tangy.
Which side?
This is beer cheese.
When you say toasted on side, does that side go up or under?
This is going to go underneath, so it's not soggy, the bread.
Okay, so it goes on top of the bread.
This will then, we want both sides toasted a little bit though.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this smells so good. Let's season that. And after... Yes, please.
I need to get a bit of grater.
Just going to add just a little bit of Dijon mustard as well. Stir that in. This would make a really good dip as well. Oh my goodness, the mustard and the beer smells so good. We haven't even added the cheese yet. I've got a whole load of grated cheese. Stir that in.
much does it need toasted on both sides?
One side in particular I want done a reasonable amount, please.
Okay, so is that the side that goes top?
That would go bottom, please.
Go bottom?
Yes, please, thank you. Let's give this taste test. I haven't done this before. It's all right. Needs a little bit of salt and some more cheese. It's not quite tangy enough. Please, can we have some more cheese grated? Thank you. And I forgot, they put a couple of drops in theirs as well, didn't they? Worcester sauce.
That's more cheese there.
Oh my goodness. Can you do me a favour, please? Can you dip the spoon in that and try it and tell me what you think? Yeah. That's really good, isn't it?
Really, really nice. I taste the mustard.
Would you actually have that as a dip on its own?
Probably, yeah. I thought it was a sauce or something. Like
Oh, it's so delicious. So I think adding the beer really, really makes that, yeah, that would be a really good cheese sauce on its own. So the toasting went a little bit quicker than I'd expected, but we have toasted both sides. We're now going to pour the beer sauce, the cheesy beer sauce, over the top. This is the difference between cheese on toast and Welsh rarebit. You get the lovely sauce with this. Lovely. Smells so nice. Can't wait for this.
Do we have Worcestershire sauce on it as well?
I'm not, because it's quite flavoursome already.
Okay.
There we go. Welsh rarebit made for the first time. This is so delicious. It's like a really intense cheese on toast, isn't it?
We like our richness with the cheese, don't we?
Adding the beer to the sauce makes a nice difference as well. It's like when you're in Disney parks and that, you often see beer cheese as a dip with pretzels and things, don't you?
You really taste the mustard as well. I said that earlier when I tried it.
We have ended up with the most slowest, coziest afternoon. All the things I planned to do, none of it got done. We worked on the sofa a bit, ate on accounts, me on kits, we watched a scary movie, I've had a snooze, caught up with family. It's been quite nice actually. It's after 7. We've just put together some picky plates here. Oh, these were recommended for A to try instead of cheese balls from the States. So, oh, you tried them, didn't you? Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, they're nice. They're nicer than the Lidl cheese balls. Their cheese balls seem a bit...
These are Lidl.
Oh no, sorry, ignore me.
The Morrisons.
Tesco's. Tesco's are a bit crunchy.
Yeah.
They're obviously baked, not whatever, I don't know, but a bit crunchy. Same with the Morrisons ones. The Morrisons ones are quite small. These are nice. These are a little bit sort of... They're not as soft as Whatsits. Okay. But they got that kind of like, yeah, they do actually... I think they're my favourite so far.
They're massive, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really big.
And so these are the favourite out of all the UK ones you've had?
Of the ones I've tried so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And this is our favourite thing that we're watching at the moment. Nobody Wants This. It's on Netflix. It's a bit of a comedy. It's like really short episodes, like 20-25 minutes. It's got Kristen Bell in it, and it's really, really good.
I think it's either, I'm not saying necessarily produced, but one of the guys that was involved with Modern Family.
Oh, okay.
I believe, if I remember, if it's the same thing we're thinking of, yeah.
Okay. It's really, really good. So easy to watch, just really lovely. Good morning and welcome to Sunday. Yesterday ended up being a complete write-off, didn't it? We had the laziest Saturday ever. It was so nice and obviously very needed, so didn't actually film very much. Do you know as well, that cheese toasty yesterday, no, we didn't do a cheese toasty, the Welsh rabbit.
More or less cheese toasty type of thing.
Yeah, I didn't feel sick with it. I loved it, but it filled us up for the rest of the day. And then we ended up having that cheese plate at tea time. But even today, I'm thinking, I don't know if I fancy making a quiche now. It sounds quite rich.
Yeah, I agree with you, actually.
Yeah, I might have to do a bit of a plan B. I'm not sure what I fancy. Anyway, we're going to head out for a walk. It's a beautiful morning. You know those autumn mornings where the sun is shining, it's blue skies, and you just feel you need to be out there making the most of it. We've been watching the deer out there this morning as well. Do you remember the family of deer that we had? There were 4. Obviously parents had 2. We've been seeing, it seems to be 3. I don't know if the dad's with them anymore because I'm not seeing the antlers. And before we could see the antlers, so maybe he's gone up. I don't know. Do they stay with the families? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to head off onto a different walk. We haven't actually done that particular walk since last winter. But yeah, so our neighbour says, because it had really overgrown, and our neighbour says it's all been cut back, so it's an easier walk now, so we're going to go and check that out.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.
Mine's quite a deep step.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy.
If you think stepping in dog poo's bad, A just stepped in something worse.
Let it crunch. A dead rat.
Stepped on Remy. Dead Remy. I think I might focus on the ground rather than what's ahead. It's a little bit gross.
Things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
We're on unknown territory now. Got fields around us. Got huge houses. This is quite exciting, isn't it? Sorry?
Cattle grid there.
Cattle grid to go into that house. Yeah. We just found some little goats. They're quite chunky goats actually, aren't they? They're not little goats. They are so sweet. This is turning out to be the best walk I've ever. We've just found some little llamas. They are so cute. Oh, that was a nice surprise. That was such a nice surprise, wasn't it? We just saw them on the opposite side of the road. So we just stopped for a little chat. It had their names on the fence as well. It was just so cute. And it had the names of billy goats. I'm guessing they were the ones on the other side that we just saw. What a lovely walk this is turning out to be. That was such a lovely walk. It was really, really nice. So nice to actually walk somewhere that we haven't been to before. Come home, got sorted. We've just had sort of like bananas and fruit and things, berries. So I've eaten very light. Oh, this onion has gone very, very soft. I'm going to make some onion jam. I've never made caramelised onion jam before. I'm very excited about it. I meant to do it yesterday and I just felt so tired. And I decided just to really listen to my body. And if I didn't want to make onion jam, I didn't need to make onion jam. So we had a very lazy day yesterday. I think sometimes you have to listen to your body, don't you? If your body's telling you to have a sofa day, sometimes you just need to listen to it. So anyway, I don't want to hang out on the sofa today, so I've kept myself busy. I think maybe working from the sofa yesterday and watching a movie wasn't the best idea because then it zapped me and I didn't want to do anything for the rest of the day. So I'm going to keep busy today. I really want to make this onion jam, and we are now fancying that quiche. So the plan is to make the onion jam to go in the bottom of the quiche. Very basic ingredients. Did you see the video the other day that I made when I made the chili jam? That was so good. We've almost demolished a pot of it already. It's really, really good. So I highly recommend giving that a go. I'm trying one now for onion jam. I haven't, like I said, made this, so I haven't tried this recipe before. I've just found it on Pinterest. I'm pretty much following it, so I'll link it down below for you if you're interested. I can't reach all the little jars. They're in the bottom of the pantry, so I'm going to see if Aid can get those for me in a moment. I'm going to pot it up, and I may well then give some of these for Christmas presents as well, if it tastes nice, which I'm sure it will do. And we've got very basic ingredients. 4 decent sized onions. I'm using red onions, granulated sugar, red wine vinegar, salt and pepper, and some oil. So we're starting with 1/4 cup of oil and 1/2 cup of sugar, and that needs to caramelize on low for about 10 minutes. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. And whilst I'm waiting for the sugar and oil, I am going to slice up my onions. I've decided to do them in slices rather than chunks. I think that's how I would like to eat them on my cheese boards. I also plan to, you could use this in onion as well to make onion gravy, which would be really nice. I'm just going to keep them quite, I don't think I can get on with this knife. It's Aid's knife. I do like my little knives. That's easier for me. I kept feeling like the other one was just going to slide. I think I might have to do the oil and sugar again. I turned my back on it, and 1 minute it was fine, and the next minute it was actually bubbling and looking like it was burning a bit. And I don't want it to have a bitter burnt taste. I don't know what to do now. I've actually added extra sugar to give it more of a sweetness. And I'm wondering if I just caught it just in time before it was totally ruined. Let's just see how this melts now. And then to the sugary oily mix, we're going to add all of the onions. Hey, alright. Does it? It didn't smell burnt? No. I was worried I'd burnt the sugar, or maybe I did catch it just in time then.
What are you making the caramel thing?
The caramelised onion jam.
No, it's not nice.
Oh good, I'm glad it smells nice.
Like
Ooh, it smells really nice now. So these have got to cook down for about 15 minutes now.
15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that sugar's gone hard on the spoon. This was the extra sugar, I think, that I added that didn't actually melt down. So I've taken that out. It is completely hard, and I'm going to bin that. Quite amazing, isn't it? 4 big onions. When they've all caramelised down, it doesn't actually look that much anymore. Considering we're going to put it at the bottom of a quiche, I don't actually think we're going to have that much left to put in a little jar. Might need to make some more of this another time. This is looking and smelling delicious. We are now going to add our mix of vinegars. And the recipe says to cook this down on low for about 30 minutes until you have the consistency of the jam. So got to keep an eye on this now. So I'm going to start the quiche now. I haven't made a quiche in ages. I am going to cheat and buy ready-made, use ready-made pastry because why not? I can't be bothered with the faff, making my own. I used to when I was younger actually. Can't be bothered anymore. So I'm going to roll that out. I've prepped my quiche dish so it's greased. The onion jam is nearly done. Aid's grabbing me a Pepsi. Thank you very much. Let's roll out this pastry. Right, it needs to be really, really cold, doesn't it? So needs to come out a little bit more. You used to like making pastry. You went through a phase, didn't you? Or was it just that once you made it?
Made it, I
think that might be okay, actually. Keep an eye on the jam as well. Make sure the pastry stays nice and cold. Oh, actually, let's turn it like that. Okay. Because it will shrink. I've made that mistake before where you tidy it up, bake it, and suddenly you've lost half of your pastry. Let's leave it nice and tall. So when it shrinks down, we've still got a crust around the outside. We can then trim that afterwards. And in the meantime, I can't believe it, I thought we would have so much. I don't think after the quiche we're actually going to have that much left. It's definitely looking jammy now though. And I've actually put the lining that was in the pastry. And then we're going to add our ceramic beads. Otherwise the pastry would just puff up when we cook it. There we go. If you don't have these, you can pop uncooked rice in here as well. I did that at my sister's once because she didn't have any. I'm going to pop that in the oven. It's already heated 180 for about 15 minutes. And with the leftover pastry, I've got a little ball here. I'm going to make some little mini tarts with my tray here, and I'm going to use the plum and rhubarb jam that I bought from Zostringen. Loads of you have been asking me about that place, by the way. It's so nice, it really is. So if you've got one near you, go and check it out. I really recommend it. I love this. I got asked about this a lot in the past as well. This is my Pampered Chef tray, but I do believe you can buy other sort of like equivalents on Amazon. They're so quick and easy for making little tarts. Almost like a cheats way to make tarts, and they're so handy to do with kids. But I put the pastry back in the fridge before thinking, oh, I'll make some with it another day, but I don't get round to it. So it's the kind of thing I need to do straight away. Otherwise it's just not going to happen. I'll see if I can find a link on Amazon for something equivalent. These are so good for Christmas time as well, for making things like mince pies. Little mini custard tarts, mini quiches, all sorts. These will be good. And don't overfill because the jam bubbles up and it ends up getting everywhere. Yeah, we weren't as fussed with this on toast, were we? It's just kind of really soaked into the toast. But I bet this will be really good in tarts. That's really nice jam. I'm going to give this jam a bit of a taste. Oh my goodness. This would be so good on like luxury hot dogs, a kind of bratwurst. I was so worried with that sugar that I'd let it go over, that it would taste burnt and still have that burnt flavour. I'm going to let you taste some, see what you think. It's obviously hot, so you need to let it set. Let it cool down, but you can try it while it's hot. Also, imagine this with sausages, mash and gravy.
Oh, that sounds nice already.
Oh, you're eating cornflakes. I'm really sorry.
That's really nice.
It is really good, isn't it?
Definitely sausage and mash.
Yeah. This is definitely something I'll be making again. Oh, actually, it's not. I dropped one. That's not too bad. Right. Doing a Lisa Faulkner thing. She says to prick it for the thing and then pop it in the oven for another 10 minutes. I've just spoken to my mum, who makes the best quiche I've ever known, And she says to let the bottom go golden. That way you don't get a soggy bottom. I do not think I will be getting a poor Hollywood handshake for those tarts. Look at them. They are an absolute mess. Overflowing jam and underbaked pastry. Hey, do you want a tart? They look so nice. I'm still not going to complain. They still taste good, even though they're undercooked and overflowing. So I am going to deviate from the recipe slightly. Her recipe is 150 grams of Gruyere cheese. I'm going to use just under that, but also add some vintage cheddar as well, because I want a really, really strong quiche. This is our favorite cheese to use from Waitrose. And I'm going to go OTT with the cheese, and I'm also going to make sure that there's plenty of cheese to add on top. Lisa's recipe also is made with cream. That cheese is so nice. I don't have any cream, so that was why I was calling up my mum. My mum said she never uses cream. She uses 3 eggs, about 300 mils of full fat milk, seasoning, and that's it. And lots of cheese. So mum only uses cheddar. Lisa also uses soft cheese like Philadelphia. Mine's back. I've only got that tiny bit left, so I'm going to throw that in there. Mum doesn't add that to hers. I do have some out in the big fridge in the garage, but I can't be bothered to go get it, so I'll leave that. I think this is going to be really good, but it's quite nice to play with recipes as well and make them your own. Let me know if you love a quiche too. Now I'm going to do a layer of the onion jam in the bottom. I don't want it too much because I don't want to make it too overpowering, and I want some left to use another time. I'm definitely going to need to make more of this. Definitely none left for gifts this time. I think that would do nicely. And I've just grated off a load more cheddar to make it go nice and brown on top. Yeah, I think I might pop it on a tray actually in case it leaks, and it says to bake for 20 to 25 minutes. This is so good. I'm seriously going to have to add this to sausages, and I'm definitely going to be making more of this very soon. I didn't tidy up the pastry around the outside at the end. I've just realised I quite like it like this actually.
Yeah, I like it as well.
Just don't want to drop it. I don't want to break the pastry. Right, I've left this to set. It's still warm. I didn't want to cut it because it's just going to be runny, so I'm going to attempt to cut it now. I've also chopped some cherry tomatoes up, a little bit of salt and balsamic vinegar, and that will go over our salad. I hope I haven't cut it too soon. It's too runny still. Oh, I really wanted to eat it now. I braved it. It's still wobbly and warm, but we wanted to eat it now. The first slice is always the worst, isn't it? That collapsed a bit, but the second wasn't too bad.
Really, really nice flavour.
And the onion underneath gives it a really nice crunch.
It does actually, yeah.
Yeah, and you're right, actually, the pastry is nicely... It's got a good crunch. Got cheese on it. This is definitely a success, isn't it?
Yeah.
I cannot tell you, welcome to Monday, by the way. I cannot tell you how needed that slow weekend was. It was just so perfect. It really was. We didn't really do much the weekend before either, but I just felt really edgy. I just felt really anxious. And so even when I wasn't doing anything, I was feeling like I should be doing something. However, this weekend, all of that just disappeared. We did the walks. I even had a nap Saturday afternoon. It's just been perfect, really, really nice, a nice balance of everything. And in fact, it's got us off to a really good start this Monday morning. It is currently 2 minutes past 9 and we got up at our normal times. I've been on the treadmill already. We've just had breakfast together. Aid's already started work. I did a little bit last night actually, so he watched the football. So I did work last night in preparation for this morning. So it's meant I've been able to have a slower start, which has been amazing. I have just sorted out my sourdough. I poured it into a jar. This jar had got really manky, and I poured it into a clean jar yesterday, washed this one out, and now it's lovely and fresh. It did not look like this yesterday. So I've fed it, and that's gonna go and rest now for the few hours so I can make some fresh sourdough tomorrow. I keep getting asked still about, can I do a video on making sourdough? And I always say the same, I'm really not an expert on this. It's not my forte. I make a basic sourdough loaf, but I don't play and experiment. I don't even weigh things, I just throw things together. But the person that got me started with sourdough is Farmhouse on Boone, and she is amazing. She's actually just written a book. I follow her on Instagram, and I saw her post that the other day. She's got a blog, she's got loads of videos. She is so good and she makes so many things. So I'm not an expert, she is, so I recommend you go and watch her videos because she's very, very good. Right, I want to get back to Monday mornings. Always used to be a little bit of getting a few bits of jobs done, and that used to be, for me, a really nice start to the week. So I was just doing a couple of jobs and I thought, oh, I'll share that with you. I'm just cleaning out the tray that the toaster sits on. Our toaster sits in a cupboard out the way. You know what it's like, it gets a bit crummy. So I was just cleaning out that. So that's a nice little Monday morning job. I just made a toast. It was just so nice this morning though, we've done it a few times recently. So I'll stop work and we sit and have breakfast together. It's such a nice start to the day. So let's put the toaster away. I think it's really important to get your week started well. There we go. The other thing as well, I went through my emails last night as well, so they're all up to date. And I also wrote the to-do list today, last night as well, so that feels really nice. So although I did a little bit of work, a couple of hours last night, it's really let my Monday get off to a slower start. For this to do its thing, I always put the oven on just for a couple of minutes. So like now, it's not hot, I can touch everything. It's just nice and sort of slightly warm. So I'm gonna put that in there. And then that will give me the best starter to be able to prep my bread later. I'm also wanting to sort this cupboard out. In our old house, I used to try and do a cupboard a week. And we haven't had to do that here because we've been in a new house, so everything's been nice and tidy. But I'm starting now, sort of like 10, 11 months in, I'm starting to see things need just wiping over, retidying. So I'm gonna start that again, I think, just every now and then doing a cupboard. And this cupboard down here, which I'm about to show you, is one I battle with regular. Lots of trays and they slip out, so it's become a little bit troublesome. So I'm going to sort this cupboard out now. And I do think that gets us off to a really good start for the week. So let's sort these trays out. They were drying in, I washed them up, but just let them dry off in the oven a little bit yesterday while it was still warm. Let's see what we can do here. So it's this tray, it's this shelf here, and every time I put things in, everything's falling out. So this needs to go back at the bottom. I just need to give it a sort out. That one is still fine. I also use these liners. Let's tidy that up a little bit actually. They shift when you move things out, but because they're like heavy bottom, like pans and things, I don't want them marking the lovely new shelves. I just want everything to stay nice and new. So I have used these. I bought these from Dollar Tree in the States in 2017 and I still hadn't used them. I kept hold of them. So yeah, they're what I've used for those. They're sort of wipeable and that, they're quite handy. So yeah, I think I'm going to empty this shelf. and we'll go from there. I don't think the cake tin belongs there actually. Let's move that one as well. And I also want to give that a wipe. I keep going over with my finger, but that needs a proper wipe under there as well. I think that's the best we can get it because these don't fit in well enough together. I really want my cooling tray, so, and it doesn't slide down the side. I use the tins a lot, so they need to be in here. I really want to replace this muffin tray. They do them in the same and I love them. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just old and it seems wrong to just replace it because I love how these look. They are so heavy and so beautiful. I love these. I will leave these tins linked down below if you want to check those out on Amazon. I really, really recommend them. They are so good. So yeah, maybe I'll put it on my Christmas list. Maybe that's what I'll do. So yeah, I think that's the best option. And then my big roasting tray that only gets used a couple of times a year, that can go in the pantry. I always used to do a bit of a Monday sort of cleanse in the house, and I've definitely got out of the habit of doing that. I seem to have got out of a lot of habits recently, and it's time to get them back again. And I'm just feeling so energized after the weekend. This weekend has done us good. It has definitely been a bit of a reset, a very much needed reset. Oh, I love that. I've just seen it on our mug. No better way to reset. That was definitely this weekend. Yeah, I just can't believe I've gone into Monday feeling so much better. I think the clocks changing has helped as well. Just waking up to so much light in the morning. The light, by the way, I think I bought it last year. I really recommend that if the dark mornings, if you struggle with them, having the light, it's like an alarm clock. So the light actually starts to come on gradually, half an hour before you set your alarm. And it's such a nice way to wake up in the morning. So I really, really recommend that if you struggle. I'll leave a link to mine down below if you want to check it out. And I have the sounds, you can choose your sounds. And when the alarm does go off, I have birds. And it's sometimes I even think if I'm downstairs and I've got up before my alarm and I hear the birds going off, I completely forget that it's the alarm and I actually think, oh, they sound nice this morning. And it's my alarm clock. So they sound really good. But no, I love that alarm clock. We've been looking for a little travel one actually, because we miss it when we're away. But we haven't found a little diddy one that we can easily pop into the case. I also wanted to just say as well, it was Louis' graduation on Friday and it was such a lovely day. Everything went perfectly. It was just so nice. We went to the Ivy afterwards to celebrate. It was his first time there and it was just such a nice place to go to have a special meal. But no, we really like it there for special meals. It's really nice. Let us know if you've been. Which one have you been to? They are all so beautiful as well. I just love the aesthetic. I always feel so happy when I'm in one of those restaurants. So no, it was perfect for our special meal. And there was lots of other families celebrating in there too. So it was a really, really lovely atmosphere. So yeah, that's what's happening with us right now. Anyway, I think I am going to finish off this video. I've had my little bit of a Monday reset. I'm going to go and get back to work now and start my Monday. I think we're going to. Aid started work really early this morning. So I think we're going to go and do something nice this afternoon. We're both going to finish work at a reasonable time. And we've already discussed our plans. and we might go do something a little bit Christmassy this afternoon, our first time. So I want to start filming some really lovely content for you getting into the new season. I failed a little bit at the autumnal content. I had all these things. I wanted to go to a pumpkin patch. I've never been to a pumpkin patch and I really wanted to, and we saw one a couple of weeks ago locally and we just didn't get around to it. So I really want to get into Christmas this year and do some fun things. So if you've got anything in particular that you would like to see, let me know. I need to start making some lists and start preparing Christmassy content because we love Christmas in this house and I can't wait to share it all with you. So let me know if there's anything in particular you'd like to see. Anyway, have an amazing week. Thank you for being here with me and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.